All right, and we're back. Another episode of the Expresslane Podcast with
Kevin Stan. What's going on? We got a friend from work here, Dan Gorski. Say what's up, Dan.
What's going on, everyone?
We're doing it, and Dan's a podcast fan. So when he found out we were doing a podcast, he was like, "Oh my god, that's just like every podcast I listen to." And I had to be like, "Yeah, it's really not, though."
Yeah, ease up on that. We're no two bears.
Yeah, we're like, he's like, just like Rogan. I was like, definitely not like Rogan at all.
I mean, you guys sit in the same boat, pretty close.
Well, you also just mentioned you were in on subscribers early, so we'll remember that.
Technically, we are podcasters. That's where the similarities end.
I mean, look where Rogan started.
Yeah.
Just online talking to people.
I was there, dude. Early days. Watching at my job, like instead of doing it, just sitting there watching his hour or two, just him bullshitting with his friends, getting high as shit. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it at some point in my life. I don't know when.
Cool.
Rogan's?
No, yeah, I mean, that would be cool. We'll start here and work our way up.
Dude, there's no time. Like that's me and Kev's kind of whole thing and conversation that we have with pretty much every guest is like, they're like, I've been thinking about it too. It's like, hey, it's cool to think about it. We thought about it, just us two, and I thought about it before for a year or two, and then we just did it, and now we're up and running and we're doing it.
It did take 2 years of like, yo, you want to do that thing? I'm like, yeah. Okay, a couple months go by. Yo, are you still like thinking about it? I was like, yeah. And then it was like, okay, I guess like we should probably do it. Like, stop talking about it and just do the thing.
Yeah. And we did it, and now we're doing it, and now you're watching.
It's true. Like, it's a saying that I enjoy. I got it from my buddy Brandon, but I don't know where. It's not his saying. I don't know where he got it from. But it's the best time to plant a tree is 30 years ago. The second best time is right now. So it's like, what better time than now?
Yeah, whatever happened to that, man? Weren't we like planting trees all the time? Did we just stop doing that?
I don't know. I think Pornhub was doing a thing like last summer that was like for every 100 videos watched, then they'll like start planting trees. Like Pornhub was out there like doing work.
Oh, that's amazing. This world has come. It's like the movie Idiocracy. I feel like that's where we're headed right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been there.
We're definitely stupid.
Yeah.
But and that's a movie that I didn't see in theaters till like I didn't see it till it was out on like DVD and out of theaters. But what a like classic! And then you talk to people and they're like, "Oh my god, I didn't think anybody saw that but me." I was like, "Yeah, but everybody has apparently because it's great."
Yeah, I think that was like a late night like USA movie or something back when you had to watch TV.
Yeah, it was Comedy Central.
Yeah,
I remember like a late night
yeah.
and just the best.
Fantastic. What a great movie. It's honestly it's reminding me of where we are today, where like you have OnlyFans, and now like people like in the movie they're like subscribing to all these like porn sites, and now they're like podcasts and videos on YouTube like saying, "Oh, buy Blue Chew because it'll make your dick harder all the time." I'm like, where are we going with this shit?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not gonna lie, if we got Blue Chew as a sponsor, we would definitely say do that.
Oh hell yeah, do it.
But yeah, it is stupid. That's why I always liked.
Everybody that talks about it says it's not stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Who did a podcast where they were like, I think it was who's the dude that does Civilized to Death, the book, Dr. Ryan.
Yeah, Dr. Ryan.
Is that who it is?
No, I don't
know.
He's just agreeing with it.
Anyway, he says in his intro, like that's why he says join his Patreon so he doesn't have to sell like bullshit. But we'll do either or.
You guys have a Patreon set up?
No,
You should.
we don't think we should have anybody paying for this.
Yeah,
once we get better, maybe.
I mean,
if we had enough like interest, I'd say let's do a second podcast every week or every time we get together for a Patreon. But I don't like to do it and be like, hey, we have all this content up in the Patreon that nobody wants our free stuff, so pay for this one.
Yeah.
Which maybe we could get some people who be like, yo, we're unedited and fucking we're off the chain.
Well, that would be good until they posted our unedited stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Then we'd need that money. So maybe if we got paid like $100,000 a year doing it, then we could do the unedited version and talk shit. But till then, we're
Expresslane, Patreon coming at you, $100,000 a year. That's all it's going to cost.
And then you can hear real thoughts.
We need one subscriber.
Right now, we're just like slightly on the edge of real thoughts.
I think we're like, we don't censor ourselves too much.
No.
We're like, I think we'll stay away from some some controversial topics, but
Yeah.
I think there's enough other shit to talk about that
For sure.
we don't have to anyway.
I mean, the news is talking about it already, so what?
Plus, I'm pretty stupid, so like I'm not going to give. Well, I'll give an uninformed take, but it's not going to be anything more than what I'm thinking at the moment. There is no depth to anything I say.
Yeah, we've talked about it in the past. We're just two idiots talking to people with dumb opinions.
Yeah, with some friends who are usually smarter than us.
Yeah, and here's one of them right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to put myself down, but I'm pretty intelligent, but just not book intelligent.
All right, so Dan, what do you got for us? What do you want to talk about?
So Kevin brought me in. I was like, yeah, I do like video work and everything. And then you saw on Facebook, you're like, dude, what is that?
Yeah.
What do you do? I didn't know you did that. And I was like, if you guys want help, I can certainly help you out. Like, especially like when it comes to editing. Like my background with video production, I started in 2015. I was taking pictures, and then a neighbor of mine, gave me like all these Nikon cameras for free. And I was like, wow, this is like amazing. Like, I love this. And shout out to Tren. You're the man. Probably to bleep out his name. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
whatever
figure
you
it
want
out.
to do, yeah.
He didn't
No.
violate anything. He
Yeah.
just gave you some free cameras. Definitely shout that guy out.
Yeah.
That man has helped me out with my video and camera life, like big time. So from that, I was like, all right, I'm start playing around pictures, taking pictures here and there. I was going to car shows, like, hey, I'll take a picture of your car for free, like, just give me your card so I can hit you up later and try to make money off you, which never happened.
Yeah.
So,
and then,
so to jump in for a second, when you were taking like before you got the cameras from your neighbor, you were just taking pictures just
well, I wanted the experience. I wanted to learn
Okay.
cameras. I wanted to learn like the shutter speed and the apertures and the ISOs and what certain lenses do and certain lengths and everything else. And it was a lot. It still is a lot. And I'm still learning stuff.
So you were more than just like an amateur, like when I see on Instagram like some pictures of bugs from Stan. Like you were really more into taking pictures.
I do. I have a lot of bug pictures on my Instagram.
I respect that because
Yeah.
you're trying.
It was just outside a lot. You see a bug, you're like, oh shit, that's cool. 2 grasshoppers fucking, boom, and then you run it through Snapseed, and it looks cool.
Yeah, he's like takes a picture on his phone and uses a filter, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, look at this picture I
Yeah.
took."
Porn.
But you're like doing
Real
actual
stuff.
like photography.
I mean, if you want like a legit nice, I could set you up. With the camera, I know the right lens to get. It's already pictured in my mind, and I just see you behind the camera.
Alright, I'm
doing your
down.
thing.
I have a Rebel T6. Is that good?
I had a T5. It's my first camera. That's fantastic.
It's just like an $800 camera, but I want a better one, like the next level up.
Like a 1DX.
Yeah, that's the next level up, right?
That's a $10,000 camera.
Oh no, I don't want
Jesus.
that. Nah,
Just for the body
can't
itself.
afford that.
I had looked at like years ago, like a Nikon, like a D1000 or a 1500, I think. And I was like, maybe I should. And then I was like, I can't drop $1,500 on a camera I'm going to use twice and then get bored of. Like, I just didn't. Like, I thought about it and was like, I don't have the real passion to make this actually work.
One of
You'd
the
be
reasons
surprised.
I actually used it was because I was like, I can't pay this much money and not take it out. So I took it to the beach a few times, family trips and shit. And I used it a fair amount.
You'd be very surprised. Like, people will hit me up. Hey, can you do these photos for me? Yeah, sure. Why not? How much? Sometimes it's free and sometimes it's not. I mean, I like to do things out of the kindness of my heart. I love to work with people's budget. Don't remember that, people.
But it's also you're taking time out of your day to
Yeah,
go.
you're
Exactly.
still spending the time. So you got all these cameras from your neighbor and you're starting to set up with the video and the like learning the, like you're saying, shutter speed and all that kind of stuff.
So I go on Amazon. I'm just like buying like cheap shit all the time, and I'm like, all right, lighting. I'm gonna learn lighting. I'm gonna get the lighting, play with it. Monster does great things.
Nice.
And then I got tripods and I got like stabilizers. Got this like handy cam. It was tiny. It was like $80. The real one was like $1,000. I was like, I don't have the money for that, so I'm just gonna get this $80 one and play with it. And like I would run around like parking lots and play with like video and like get in cars and doing different things with them. And people are looking at me like, what the hell is that kid doing? And then I put money aside and I bought a gimbal, which stands pictured in my one profile photo, and that was a game changer. I'm like, this thing is going to change my life. This is going to like get me to do cooler things, and people are going to be like, oh, he's got equipment, like I want him now. And
a gimbal is like, it's just like the thing that like stabilizes, like
yes.
you, like, so I'm picturing like, it's got two handles and like then there's straps that go over your shoulders, like a thing like that.
I wish. So this thing, you can have the straps that come over your shoulders, or you can hold it freehand. Because if you have the straps go over your shoulders, it saves your back because there's so much weight on it. My gimbal fully set up, it's not a lot. Now there's a lot of people out there that have gimbal setups that are like 100 some pounds, maybe 200. This one's only like 60, and that's a lot of weight. Yeah. It's like carrying a box all day.
That's not light, yeah. Especially if you're holding 60 pounds out, like not total arm's length, but out in front of you. That'll
be doing it like this.
That'll get heavy quick.
I've spent probably like 80 hours holding the thing, I think, which is a lot. So my back definitely has a lot of problems. Any massage therapists out there, feel free. I'll do a video for you.
Oh, we can set you up with a good chiropractor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, take you out
He's
back.
right in the area. No, our neighbor Russ Money. He's been a guest. Yeah, he's a chiropractor.
Yeah, take you right out back. That's where.
Yeah, he is out back.
Here's the sledgehammer. Fix now.
But
no, I mean, so I started like when I got all the equipment. I was playing around a little bit, and then my cousin hit me up. He owns a shop in Westchester called D'Antonio Automotive. I don't know if you need to bleep that or not, but he's awesome.
Shouting out your cousin.
Yeah,
Sounds
big time.
legit.
He's helped me out with like getting projects and stuff. So we did a shoot for Discovery Channel. It was an audition tape. It originally was like I think 10,000 shops in the country. Then it went down to like 100. Then it went down to like 50, and then we were the final 3. And we had to record for the show Gas Monkey Garage. Mm-hmm. He was looking for a new host, so we were recording my cousin, and we sent like an hour's worth of footage to Discovery Channel producers. And that, I was not even expecting to get paid for it. I was just doing it for the experience. And I'm sitting there like, talking to my cousin, also like texting, sending all this footage to Discovery Channel producers, emails. I'm like, this is so cool.
That's wild. Yeah,
that's good.
It was a nutty experience. And that following week, I made a video just for myself and for his company that we showed at the auto show. And on top of that, I'm a big car guy. I love cars. We had the car that Chris Brown beat up Rihanna in, his Lamborghini.
Okay.
But it wasn't the colors that West Coast Customs created. It was all black with like red pinstripes around it. But it had the pyramid inside the car. And I got to sit in it, and I'm like, yo, this is where Rihanna got beat up at.
Yo, punch me in the face real quick. Let me know what it's like.
So that was an interesting experience.
Not cool. Not cool.
Yeah. Terrible. Like, not right. No.
Don't beat up women in cars.
Even if they hit you first and make you hit them.
Even if you have a Lamborghini, don't do it.
Yeah. Not cool.
And then we had, I don't know if you're familiar with the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah. Everybody should.
All 12 of them now or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's too many.
They just keep making money, so I get it.
I
checked out after 6.
I think 3 when he's like, this is Brazil. Remember that?
No, that's 5.
Oh, whatever.
I stopped after Tokyo Drift. I was like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I like when they bring it back to the old school, which is cool.
Yeah, they did what Saw did, where it's like they made all these Saw movies, and then like 6 movies in, they like connected them all together. That's kind of what Fast and Furious did.
It's like Harry Potter.
But no, I think Harry Potter was just like one story straight through the whole time.
Harry Potter's stupid.
Yeah.
You like Harry Potter too?
That was like one of the first movies I ever saw in theaters.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I was a nerd, okay?
Right.
I still kind of am.
I forget you're young too.
I don't read books anymore though, so.
Did you read the Harry Potters?
I read no, actually, no, I didn't read them at all.
All right.
So you're like.
So we got a real dork here.
Actually, I've read them all multiple times. Seen the movies.
Exgaliosis.
He's got a wand in his room.
He does. He probably paid the $100 down at Disney, where it like only works in Disney. You've got a $100 electronic thing that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but then
when
you go back, you don't have to pay the $100 again, unless you want a new wand.
Yeah, but you check it through baggage.
But no, I don't. I don't have a fucking wand. But yeah, I read all the books, watched all the movies and shit. I'm a nerd, but I think we've established
But,
that. There's
but
no new news.
nerd stuff is cool. Like Lord of the Rings, that stuff is at least cool.
Star
Harry
Trek.
Potter doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, it does make sense. What doesn't make sense is the fact that, like, the Harry Potter movies, they're fine. They're good. They're entertaining. The books are good. They're written for, like, teenagers. Like, they're not adult books.
Children.
Yeah. But now they have this, like, the Fantastic Beasts, like, the whole spin-off series and everything. And in my opinion, way better.
What?
A spin-off series of
Yeah.
Harry Potter?
Yeah, it's like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's like it's basically like how Dumbledore and Grindelwald were like fighting and all that, like that whole backstory. Like it takes place before the actual Harry Potter movies.
Oh.
But it's just something that I've had a problem with, where you come up with this amazing world where magic can do anything you want, and then you start telling a story about a 14-year-old that doesn't know how to use magic. Like the one where it's all adults is so much better because it's just like them doing magic. That's cool.
Interesting.
I don't know. The whole thing is like we're running a school and kids are dying. Oh, I guess we just keep running it. It's fucking weird. It doesn't make any sense.
That's kind of what's happening today, so makes a little bit of sense.
It doesn't. I'm gonna grab a drink. You guys want to keep talking?
Yeah, grab
Yeah.
grab me one.
We'll,
Whatever it is.
all right, so
It was Harry Potter's one of the movie I saw in theaters, and we'll get back to all the camera shit.
Yeah.
But it was the original. Or I guess maybe it wasn't the first movie. I guess it was the first PG-13 movie, but it's the one that sticks in my mind. It was X-Men, the first X-Men, 1999.
yeah, I was like 5. No offense.
No, that's fine. I was only 9, so it was like being able to see a PG-13 movie. I was like, this is fucking cool.
You're
Where-
lucky. I was very babied as a child. I mean, no offense to my parents, but
Oh no, it wasn't
It's
my
kind of a
parents.
good
It was
thing.
at like a friend's birthday party. Is how I got to see it. My mom wasn't taking me to see a PG-13 movie when I'm 9.
you snuck in.
No, we went for like a friend's birthday party, but I was unsupervised by my own parents, and that's how I got to go see it.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I would definitely. I wish they had like movies that were like for like people 21 and up.
They aren't they? Rated R.
No, they should be like rated like double R or something.
NC-17. It's like, what's the one?
It's called CrazyShit.com.
yeah.
Oh my god.
You start with that shit, Stan.
That is.
I had to catch up on 2 weeks of it last night.
You,
Oh,
what do
man.
you have to catch up for?
You still use that website?
Can't you just like, well, first not watch it?
Well, I mean, I don't have to watch it, but like, they have like different categories. Like it'll be like No Chance is where like people just get like beat the fuck up. Then they have You're a Whore. That's a good one. Probably cut that part out. But the weird thing is trying to mix porn with violence. That's the weird part. I'm not on board with that.
They have like articles on porn, and then they have articles on people dying, and then there's like
These are videos, not articles. Have you ever been on there?
crazyshit.com.
Yeah.
I went on there once, and I was completely turned
Once.
away. Well, actually, I stayed on for like a little bit because
Alright.
I was living in this house with all these guys, and I was like, "Yo, you gotta check out this video. It's really funny."
Yeah,
This
it's
girl
crazy.
pulls out like she starts farting, and they're like playing this video over top, and I was like, "This is the funniest thing in the world." But no, there's like this thing where they cut off this woman's fucking head.
Yeah, that's
I like
the
lost
whole
my
thing.
shit. I was like, "Are you kidding me?
yeah, it's not for everybody. And
Why is that on the internet though?"
Because
Well,
Stan wants to see it.
look,
That's why it's on
I
the
don't
internet.
want to see it, but it is what I say always is it's good to like we live in America. Everything's pretty civilized. Like if you know somebody that got murdered, like it's like, oh man, that's crazy. Like in other parts of the world, that's their daily life. And they're not just murdering people. Like they're doing it in the most savage, like brutal way you possibly can. And that's just like right at our southern border, most of it. So it's pretty good to just remember, like, hey, and some of the stuff, like the car crashes, like how many people die in car crashes a year, like then you see them and you're like, yo, your life is done just like that, and people still speed and you still maneuver around cars, and you're like, you know, like at any second a tire could pop and you're fucking, you know, run into a fucking tractor trailer and you're squished to death. You're dead. You're done. I think that stuff's good to remember because you can have it too good sometimes. Like you're living your life or you get too monotonous and you're like, you know what? But that stuff is good to remember, I think.
Yeah, you have one life, live it.
I'll let you remember it.
I could talk
tell you about it.
I could talk about those life experiences all day.
All right, well, let's get
but
back into the your videography. Then we'll talk about the life experiences
Fair enough.
because they probably coincide.
Dude, with me, everything goes.
What did you hear back from Disney? Or not Disney, Discovery? Yeah.
They didn't accept it.
No?
Because I don't want to go into it. Cousin doesn't really like people discussing it. No offense to him.
Okay, no, but so we'll move
but you
on
made
to the
it
next
into the
thing.
top
Say,
of
you
it.
got-
Whatever.
We made it to the
You
top
got to
three.
the top three. They said not what we're looking for, and you got paid for this like audition tape sent to Discovery.
Essentially, yeah. So as I'm packing up, getting everything, it's like 3 a.m. I'm packing up my car, and this is back in I think 2017, 2016 maybe. Packing up all my stuff, and he comes up. He's like with like a folder full of money, and he's like, "Yo, this is for you." I'm like, "Wait, really?" Like I was not expecting to get paid for this. I was just only doing it for the experience, for myself, to learn more about what I can do and what I can't do. I had over like 200 hours of footage. It was insane. Maybe that might be exaggerated, but when I came to the editing, jumping forward here, I did 80 hours of editing.
Damn.
It was insane.
All right, so there's some interesting stuff.
how
What
did
did you use at the time?
Okay.
So I'm
Because it's what, fucking 6 years ago, 8 years ago at this point, right?
That's like 5 years ago,
5,
2017. Come on, dude.
I don't know.
so
17?
Adobe.
All right, 5. Yeah,
I'm an Adobe guy, so I was using it for like Photoshop, Lightroom, trying to get into After Effects. It's hard to do. It's a lot of work, like a lot of work. But I use Premiere Pro on a daily basis, and that's where I was getting all these plugins. I pressed like Control K, and I would like instantly delete video, move it back. It was sweet. Like I had the right setup, and
it's all self-taught, or you watching YouTube videos on
Yeah.
it?
That's
or-
what I was gonna ask. Is you didn't no formal class or anything?
so
on
I
this?
never, even to this day, I still haven't gone to college. I went to community college for a year. Did not do well. I passed one class with like a B+. That was cool. I just wanted to do it for somebody to say, "Oh, Dan's in college. He's doing something with his life."
Seems to be the thing, yeah.
Yeah, I tried.
As long as if it's not for you, it's not for you. You know, it's
Yeah.
not the end of the world.
Not
It wasn't
us.
for me.
So yeah, I did that. Didn't work out. College. Where are we? Sorry.
No, we're just
Learning
you're like,
stuff.
yeah. How did
I learn?
teach yourself at this point? Because you say you didn't take any formal training on editing
So-
or mixing, anything like that.
Yeah, so I got really interested in this guy on YouTube. His name's Casey Neistat. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
No, but we can
I've
put them in
definitely heard the name Casey Neistat before.
He started doing like, sorry, I'm like nervous. It's when my ticks are going wild. It's annoying as shit.
You're fine.
So he got into these, like, he was doing these vlogs, and like this trend started to build with like how people like take videos and how they build their production and everything. And I started to follow and take notes on it. I was like sitting there writing things down. And at the time I was working for an electrical company, and I quit. Well, yeah, I quit, and wasn't working.
Or got fired?
No, I didn't get
okay.
fired.
Okay.
That's a long story. I don't think I want to
All right,
really
that's
talk
fine,
about
that's
it
fine.
on the podcast. But I'll be honest with you, the only job I ever got fired from was the best job I ever had, and I screwed it up.
Porn star?
No, but I was
Oh.
shooting video, so I guess in the
Okay.
same category.
All right.
If you want to call it porn with cars, then definitely car porn.
All right, car porn.
Spencer, I'm sorry. Take it back.
Go ahead. You were just learning how you were writing stuff down off this
Yeah.
guy that was on YouTube?
So I would sit inside all day, just watch video after video. It was wintertime, so I didn't want to go outside. It's shitty out. It's cold. Nobody likes cold. If you do, then you got something wrong with you. No offense.
I do.
Well, you're skinny. We're like
Yeah.
bigger. We're a little fat.
Yeah,
like,
fat guys love the cold. Shorts all year.
You are a bear.
Yeah, well, pig. Bear pig.
Pig.
Bear pig.
Too big. Bear pig. I love South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I started like dabbling into Premiere Pro, and I looked at it first, and I was like, "No way, fuck this.
Complicated looking,
I'm
right?
not doing this."
Yep.
And then one day I just went back to it, and I was like, "It can't be that bad." Like when I was in high school, I was making random videos for people, And that's how I got my people known for me for who I was, and what I did was like taking their footage and editing it in iMovie, and then taking it and putting it in Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, which I torrent, which was great.
Yeah.
But it didn't work ever, only a few times.
But if you can figure that out, you can definitely figure out something
Exactly.
you're getting the whole version of.
And it's not that hard. Like once you really like look at the schematics and how like things work out, it's just bread and butter. You just start playing with it and go. And some of my videos on my YouTube channel, you'll see in the older stuff, you see where I'm like just taking random videos of random things, like the city or whatever. I think there's one with like a couple Ferraris where I like play with the footage and it's like moving around a little bit and it looks kind of interesting because I was just trying to learn. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'm going to post it on YouTube. Nobody's going to watch it, but I could care less. I'm learning how to do something different and maybe it'll go somewhere. So yeah, for probably a whole year, I just sat down and just played with Premiere. And then one day, I went up to my buddy, and I had some camera equipment aside, and like I said, I'm a big car guy. So his dad had this classic BMW 2002. It was a 1972. It was a barn find, and the car was completely restored, and it looked gorgeous. So we went to his house. He lived in Chester Springs on a farm. Oh, he was renting a farm. I don't know how that works, but it was pretty cool. So we shot out front of his house, and I was so into film at the time where I was writing down like how the scenes are going to look and like literally drawing picture by picture with like stick figures from above, like I was a drone shot looking down at everything. And it was interesting. And I put all that together in Premiere, and then Premiere Pro being so great that it is, thankfully I saved everything onto a hard drive. It crashed and said, oh, we may not be able to recover anything. Oh, I'm like, oh, good, this is great. This is what people use for the film industry, and this is how people edit their stuff, and you're just going to crash all the time. Avid doesn't do that. Final Cut Pro doesn't do that. Nor does DaVinci. And they're doing this all the time. Like, and it still happens to this day. I don't know what the hell you're doing, Adobe, but you need to get your shit together because it's fucking annoying. And people have left your subscription site because of that. So, yeah, I put this whole video together, and we put it up on YouTube, and all these car people were like commenting on it. I think it's up to like 20,000 views now, or 30,000 views.
Yeah.
Which is sweet. And
that's one you were practicing on. So imagine what happens when you get one that you fucking
I
mastered
tried to master more videos like that, but I just like it's weird. Oh, so the audience doesn't know I'm sober, and since I've been sober, it's hard for me to focus, and I'm not on any like focusing medication where I can literally sit in front of my computer and just go to town and just like edit, and I would sit there and I had like a glass of whiskey, just like sipping on it, going to town. Now I don't have those resources, which is nice, but I have other resources to contact people if I need to. So
I guess I didn't even really know you were sober, but I just grabbed a beer like right in front of you.
Dude, I don't care.
Okay,
I saw Jack Daniels sitting there. I'm like, yeah, that's a long night right there.
All right, good. Any like sober people that are past the point of like, I don't want to say anybody's ever past the point of relapsing, but like I lived with my uncle for a little bit, or he lived with me, and like I'm fucking 20 something. I'm like, dude, I'm definitely partying like every weekend. Is this gonna be a problem? He's like, I haven't touched it in like 10 years. Like it's not a problem. Like, but do your thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like once you make it past a point, you're like, it's not even appealing anymore. You just remember the bad times.
That's what I do on a daily basis. Yeah. I just remember the bad times and like,
how it's not worth it. So,
well, that too. In August, I'll have, by the grace of God, I'll have 5 years, which is sweet, and that's nice. It's been a long uphill journey.
I was gonna say, and you're a young dude, so you're making it through probably the hardest years.
Yeah, it's been a little tough, especially marijuana was legalized. Well, not legalized, it was medical use in Pennsylvania. As soon as I moved back to this area, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You can smoke weed?
Tempting me?
People, I hear commercials, yeah, you can, instead of waiting for a doctor, you just go online and get your medical card. I'm like, dude, I could totally do that and just be ripped every day. But then, we go back to it, and like my financial standpoint and where I was at in my life, it wasn't good. Like I was poor. I had no money. I was pretty close to being homeless or dead. Mm-hmm. So I'm here today with you guys, so I think that's a better situation.
Hell yeah.
I'd say that's better.
But yeah, if you guys got tanked in front of me, I'd be like, I would go out and get a Red Bull and just sit here and be like, yeah, dude, I'm drunk too. This is so fun, man. Like, I like to fit in. It's what I do.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's good because I've known some people that they get sober and it's like you got to be on your P's and Q's because it's obviously you're handling it good, but when it just started, I'm sure like if you got sober last week and we're sitting here drinking a beer in front of you, it's a tougher ask to be like, oh, or just sit there and be fine with it. Whereas if you're coming up on 5 years, which is awesome, that you can be like, no, I don't mind. You can drink your beer.
I don't want to disclude anybody from having fun.
But it's about if we want you here.
Also respect.
Yeah, like
no,
if you were
cool.
to be like, hey, I really not okay, and we're like, oh, it's fine. Like we'll just put them away, and then
we don't have to.
Like if you guys were shooting dope in front of me and just being like, yeah, dude, it's cool. Like we're good. I'll be like, yeah, no problem. No,
I don't think that'd be
So,
a good podcast.
I would not say we're good. I'd be like, yo, Stan.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of drugs done. I've never seen anybody shoot heroin. So luckily for that.
When you, I can't say that.
Not live.
Yeah.
I was
seen people that have been on it. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Back in February, I was managing a recovery house in Night. I won't say the name just for confidential reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I wake up early in the morning, and I thought I heard like some guys fighting downstairs, and there was like 25 plus guys in this house. I'm like, oh, there's definitely a brawl going down. Like there's so many cultures and people and ages in this house. Like they're definitely fighting. So I go downstairs and see what was going on. And they're like, Dan, get the fucking Narcan. I'm like, what is going on? And I've never, ever experienced anything like this before, but I witnessed firsthand with somebody in front of me, basically dead, an overdose. And if you've never experienced an overdose, it will literally hit you. And I was like, I'm not skipping work today. I'm going to work because I'm going to either be in my head all day or I'm going to be crying. And throughout the day, I was talking to people at work about it, and I cried to a few people, and I don't cry a lot. And, you know, growing up, we all think, oh, we're men. We're not supposed to cry. We're tough, you know?
Yep.
But
absolutely.
I was able to cry a lot that day, and it was really nice to just get a lot of it out. It was a scary day watching a kid overdose and look lifeless in front of you. Just like all
Did they
blue.
get the Narcan on time or no?
It took 3 Usually it takes 1 Narcan or half a Narcan to get someone out. It took 3 Narcans to the nose to get them up, and a sternum rub for 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
If you've never had a sternum rub, it's basically they're rubbing your esophagus area with their knuckles, and it hurts you and it hurts the person getting it done. So it irritates the person, so it gets them out of their high. And when you do the sternum rub, if they come out of it, you got to immediately flip them to the side so they can throw up, because they'll choke on their puke and then die.
How did you get into managing a halfway house?
So I had worked at this place before, and they had asked me. They knew that like I'm still like really close to the community of guys that like live there and stuff. And they contacted me like, you know, we're really in a niche. Like somebody's leaving and we need someone to stay here for like 2 months overnight. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Like they pay me some money to do it. And it wasn't like I'm not doing it to like help out, but it was cool because it was deep winter time. And deep winter is when I get like real depressed and real like anxious. I'm like, oh, there's nothing going on. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But it was so cool because like on the weekends I would just go over and hang out with these dudes. They were just like struggling through like, oh, I just came out of rehab. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, why are these girls looking at me like they want me or something. I don't know if I want that. You know, like people are like, when guys get out of rehab, they're just like, and women, they're lost. They don't know what the purpose of life is anymore. And they're really trying to figure things out. And I've been there. So it was nice to just be there for other people and talk to them about like their life and how it can help them experience a new one. And that was ultimately like the best part about it, was just being there for these dudes.
That's cool.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I had fun. I definitely enjoyed it a lot. Sorry, nicotine. You get alcohol, I get nicotine.
There you go.
Suck it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's back to camera stuff.
Yeah, let's go back to camera stuff.
I don't mean to get depressing.
Well, it's all right.
No, I just think it's all part of the same story.
Yeah.
Honestly, everything I talk about is like like connects with everything. It's weird, and I have friends that are just like, Dan, just stop talking about being sober. Just talk about normal life.
No, because I mean, how many people?
That is your
that
normal
is your
life.
life.
Sorry to
Yeah.
we're going back to it.
No, but
like,
if you guys hung out with me like 24/7, be like, Dan, shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like seems like a big part of your life.
It is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so when I was doing the video stuff, independent shoots, I did a lot of like, the last thing I did, big thing I did was for Chevy or no Dodge. They had a basically audition tape going out, another audition. So I did that with my cousin. That was back in, I want to say March. We did that. They were looking for somebody. They were gonna pay him like $150,000, and you would get like a Hellcat and all this shit. And we was like, dude, sign me up.
And these are
like,
just like competitions or like offers or.
So if you went
Where
on
do you find this
YouTube,
stuff?
it was Dodge promoted it through their website. It was on Instagram, it was on Snapchat, like all that stuff. And
And you just saw it and you're like, yo, let's go.
well, my cousin contacted me. He was like, yeah, they're doing this thing called the Chief Donut Maker, and essentially we took it as doing donuts in a car and making a donut. So we had all these ideas started coming together. Where like, and it's in the video that I made for him on YouTube.
What is your YouTube handle?
Yeah, what's your channel?
All right, it's WhoisGorski. It's my last name.
All
Because there's this pro surfer. His name is Who is Jamie O'Brien. And I was like, dude, I love surfing and I love YouTube, so I'm gonna make it WhoisGorski because people go by my last name, which is great. And if you don't know, my last name is Gorski. Check me out. It's more of like professional stuff that I've worked on and stuff that I've like in the beginning when I was learning a lot of stuff. I made that channel so I could like really like show myself. I don't even think I have any subscribers on it, but
Well, you will after today.
I
You
hope
got-
so.
At least
You
two.
got two sitting right here. Yeah.
It's fine with me.
What's cool is like what I hope to eventually achieve with our channel as well is like you'll see that I can already see it in the videos I've made using Adobe Pro, and it's just like you see one thing somebody did on a channel, and I'm like, all right, I'm trying to replicate that part, and then like another video and another video, and then you piece together those three things you learned, and now your videos start to look better. But it sounds like you already started pretty good, and then you'll still see your progress, which is cool.
So I'm not saying I would edit for you guys, but I would. And we could figure something out down the line. But if you definitely want tips about it, like I'm your guy. Like I will sit there and talk about it for hours if I had to. Like it's something that I've spent years in and out just learning Premiere Pro and how it works. There's some things I still don't know how to do, but there's a lot of things I know how to do. And like it's a process, like anything in life. But yeah, it's fun.
So
It's fun.
you're doing donuts in a car. Are you making
yeah.
donuts in the car, or is it
So-
just like shots of a Krispy Kreme and you're like doing donuts around like through the drive-through?
I have to pull it up now, and I can explain it to you. People that can't see this, check it out on my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to understand.
Should be able to
Yeah, that
if
would
we
be cool.
could get it up on the TV behind us.
Oh, I can be your guy to help you do
To
that.
stream it. Yeah,
I'm pretty.
I've got
good
an
at it.
Amazon stick in there.
All you need is an HDMI cable, and if
Yeah.
we had like a second computer,
Yeah,
I have a laptop. I could be like, oh, boom. I could be
Put
like
it right up
Jamie
on
from
there?
Joe Rogan and be
that's what Kev said about you. Yeah,
like, hey guys, I'm Jamie.
Tell us about Black Twitter then.
yeah.
That's a thing.
All right, I'll tell you guys about it.
It's just like it's not like it's a separate thing. It's just Twitter, but you're following different things. It's like any kind of Twitter. There's like Sixers Twitter. And just like all the people that talk about the Sixers.
Lame.
Yeah, I mean that's what I use Twitter for.
Oh,
is
that BMW video
sports
has
shit.
21,000 views.
Damn.
Damn.
So here I'm gonna play it. Hopefully it makes sense.
Sorry, we'll get a link to this.
Yeah.
We rented it through. This is a company called Lens Pro to Go, which I highly recommend. The best company. They're very nice. I had something that was shipping through FedEx Ground, and they had it to me through FedEx Express, and it was like at my door, like out of nowhere. And I was like, wow, that's cool.
Where are they based out of? Like, so you rent a lens and a camera from them, and boom, it's there.
So I think they have like 2 separate warehouses. One is in I want to say New Hampshire maybe, or Connecticut.
Okay.
And then one's probably in the Midwest. But they had it to me like on time. Their customer service is like on point. They're like really supportive and really nice. And they're like, oh, that's so cool. What are you guys doing? Like, they're not like, oh, I've done better than that. You know, like narcissistic or something. But
nice.
But yeah, so in this video, he's making a donut and he's adding horseflower, which is horsepower, but it's flour to make a donut.
Okay.
And he adds like sugar and all this stuff, and we like talk about it.
But it makes it look official.
Yeah,
Like
it
it
makes it
looked,
look
yeah, it was good.
Yeah, big time. It was a fun project. It was really cool. But going back, so I got myself into the film industry, and that's when I really started to learn shit. And I was working on, the first set I ever worked on was for the show. It was called Trollville. It was supposed to be on IFC or one of those channels, and it never aired. They just didn't accept the pilot. So I worked with a guy
You
on
want to
it.
put that phone back in your pocket? I just heard like a little crackling.
Oh, it was my phone.
Well, no, I think it was
Just
just interference.
touching one of the wires
Oh.
or something.
Good to know.
Sorry.
Just recording it for myself.
So you never know what you're going to learn on the Expresslane podcast.
Yeah,
I learned a lot.
a little bit.
I learned I can talk a lot too. I didn't know that.
Dude, everybody.
Well, everybody says that. You
Yep.
can ask anybody that knows me. I talk way too much.
Oh, no, I was saying everybody is scared that they won't talk enough.
I was afraid of that when I walked in
Yep.
there. I was like,
It's
dude,
crazy.
what?
Yeah,
I
we're just
just-
going to bullshit. Tell your little story,
That's
and
all it is.
we'll ask questions of like what points of interest we find in your little story and go from there.
You guys have any water by chance?
Yeah, absolutely. I should have offered you one, but I didn't know you were done your monster so fast.
I kind of rip through these like it's a Bud Light. They're very very
So
good.
now, can you like? Would that be it for you? Like, 'cause for me, I don't drink a lot of soda, and I definitely don't do energy drinks unless I know I want to stay up. Like caffeine, like fucks me up.
I'm the same way.
So, like, if I were to drink a Monster like that right now,
Oh my man! Oh, he's got the coconut. Let me get that coconut.
I would like if
Oh,
I were
you
to
are awesome.
if I were to drink like an energy drink, I'd be like, all right, I'm drinking this, knowing I'm gonna be up till 3:30, 4 a.m. Like that's the plan I have to have going into something like that.
So, only on weekends, or if I'm at work, I'll just like go to a Wawa and grab like a coffee, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I need this. But like, I think I'm lactose intolerant because you can ask anybody I
people
work
are.
with, and they're like, dude,
Pussies.
you stink. And I get home later, and then, well, the toilet doesn't look nice.
Nice.
But
Gotta
yeah,
grab yourself a Hello Tushy.
oh, you know, I've heard good things about this.
They're awesome. The one I have,
Steve-O loves them.
dude. The one I have is fucking. I'm thinking about getting a second one, so I don't have to go all the way to the master bedroom to use it.
Isn't that where you put your feet up on it?
No, that's a
Squatty potty.
Squatty potty, yeah. That's
I
like,
need
and
one of those.
That's
He's
just like
talking
the
about
stool.
the
I'm talking
pooper
like
cleaner, right?
The bidet, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, it's the best. Fucking, I hate having to take a poop not at my house anymore.
Look at all this free advertising
I know,
for
right?
50 people that we're doing.
Yeah, right. Well,
I really want to get that AG1 that
when I
Rogan talks about.
Which one is it?
AG1, it's like that like athletic formula. It's
Oh,
like,
right.
the athletic greens.
I mean, yeah, athletic greens.
It's fucking expensive, dude.
It's like $80 for a little
Yeah.
pouch. I'm thinking about buying
Really?
it.
I was like,
Just
I'll
'cause,
just
like,
mash up fucking vegetables in my blender. Isn't that the same shit, except for better?
It's all
Maybe.
super concentrated in the
Convenience,
pouch,
I
I
guess.
guess.
if Joe Rogan promoted it, then it's definitely really
I
good.
know. I looked into getting like the website thing, and it's like, oh, that's expensive too, and you don't need a website nowadays.
You don't need a website?
Not
you just
really.
need like social media
Dude,
accounts.
Connect all your social media accounts together for free.
Don't we have?
Yeah.
Doesn't the Expresslane.com take you to
Yeah.
our Instagram?
Yeah, you pay $15 a month for that, or a year, I mean, and then you just have it link up to Instagram because that's all anybody's going to look at. I mean, why would they go to our website when you can link everything to Instagram, which is what people are going to go to anyway?
If you guys
Well, I
need
think
help with that, I'm
The
really
only
good.
reason is if we're big enough where we don't want Instagram to like
Get our views and we can advertise on it
Exactly.
ourselves. Gotcha.
but we're not there yet. So
Not
go
yet, bud.
Run it through Instagram.
Not even a year old yet.
We're almost.
You're getting
Just
there, man.
about.
The more you have people on.
What are we gonna do for our 1-year anniversary?
Fucking. I don't
Oh,
know.
you know what? I don't know how you guys feel about this,
Go
but
ahead.
I'm gonna butcher the name of what it's called. Enemas?
Enema?
Yeah, you guys should do enema and see who lasts longer. Or shoot a firecracker out of your asshole.
Well,
I know.
Happy anniversary.
I'll tell you what, things we're not going to do.
I know which one of them two would be more entertaining. It's a firecracker.
Maybe
What,
that's a
the enema?
Kev thing. I don't know.
Wait, why is it gotta be you?
I don't know. Dude. That
like
doesn't that neither of those things interest me at all.
The Jackass podcast.
Yeah, no. Steve-O's podcast is good.
I love
though.
Steve-O's podcast.
It's awesome.
I really want to get like a tiny RV like that
Yeah, dude, it's fucking cool.
and live out of it,
Yeah,
and then do a podcast because that's like the greatest idea. Because especially during COVID,
yeah, man.
test people and then you just drive to their house. They don't have to travel because the flights were all canceled.
I could definitely see you doing that. Like, you're that type of dude. Get one. I see you as like especially when I first met you. I was like, California dude, like surfing, like what's he doing back on the East Coast?
You just see me when I came back.
Yeah,
Sunning in my hair. My hair was just dead. It was gross.
yeah.
Bleach blonde. I was super tan all day, every day.
Where were you at?
I lived in San Diego for about a year.
Yeah,
It
Fun?
was it was fun. I didn't spend the money to be there. Thankful. I don't like to talk about this, but I'm grateful. My parents sent me there. They did what they could to get me clean, and it's worked out obviously because I have almost 5 years and I'm still doing great. But yeah, San Diego was super cool. It was like a relearning my brain experience. I was surfing every day, doing yoga.
So you like went full like West Coast like
Full San Diego,
life.
dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I would wake up in the morning, drive to the beach, look at the waves like all the other locals. What they literally do, that's all they do is they get up. If you surf in California, you're probably getting up to look at the waves and see what they are. Or you're looking on your phone, checking the forecast, seeing if the wind's good, what's the
So
water
you like
temp.
you're getting up like how early? Like 5 a.m. to like check the waves?
So I wasn't a dawn patrol guy. That's what they call it, the dawn patrol. The guys that get up at dawn to check to see what the waves are like. I might be butchering that, but that's from my experience.
So like, were you getting up like early enough that it's like, oh, the waves aren't good, I'm going back to bed type of like that kind of deal? Like, is that how important the waves were?
I think I bragged about that a lot on my Tinder account and Bumble and stuff, but I wasn't doing that too often. I did have a few times where I was up at like 4 and I was meeting some friends down at the pier at like 5. Get in the water, it's like 60 degrees, full wetsuit on, or not full, but you just have a regular 3mm, 3mm on the chest, 2mm on the chest, or on the arms. They call it a 3-2. Full body wetsuit on, and I'm just getting in the water. It's freezing. And then by like noon, it's like warm, and you're like, I feel great. You can take this wetsuit off, but it's only like 70, so you don't want to take it off.
Man, if you had all your West Coast shit on Tinder when you came back here, you cleaned up, huh?
Yeah.
I cleaned up the Westchester area. The worst part was I was living in this halfway house, and they were like, you can't leave until you have a job, and you're doing this and doing that. So I'm like on Tinder, like, yeah, so I can't meet you until I have a job and this and that. And I'm just like, I'm poor too, by the way. Is that okay? It was interesting.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
And you're still pulling them, huh?
Not really.
Oh, all right.
I mean, I'm at the point now, like I'm 20.
No, at the time I was saying you were still pulling them, even with all those.
Oh yeah, even in
warnings.
California when I was out there, they were like, wait till you have a year till you have like a relationship or anything, and I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So
Fucking tall, skinny guy, bastard with good bone structure.
I don't have bone structure, man.
That's what they
I look
say.
into a mirror. If I take a picture with my phone backwards, my face is like slanted, and if I do it on
Everybody's is.
Snapchat, it's like normal. I'm like, what the fuck? Snapchat's like totally deceiving me.
Well, it's like I think it's either Snapchat where it like mirrors your face, or your phone camera mirrors your face and the other one doesn't.
Whenever I take selfies, I do on a Snapchat, save it, and then send it to someone.
So like I think that's so like if you like use your phone camera, like the front facing camera, for whatever reason it's like your face from a mirror. But if you do like other apps, that camera that faces you is just like it's the way the camera sees it, not the way that like you would see it in the. It's goofy.
That makes sense.
It's tricking you.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much that has evolved. Just like, oh, we're gonna instead of taking a selfie in the mirror, we're gonna put the camera on the front so you could do it this way, and you have more reach, and you could see what you're doing.
Yeah,
we've come a long way.
Well, there was like the change in like the 90s to the early 2000s when you would go somewhere, and it was like, say you go to Paris and you're like, oh my god, the Eiffel Tower, and like you take pictures, and then maybe you get one of the other tourists to be like, hey, can you take my picture in front of the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
To like, everybody has a camera on their phone, to now it's like all of the pictures are of the people in it, where it's not just the pictures of the thing, it's all of the people with the thing there behind them.
Yeah, that's pretty strange.
I'm known as the guy that has to take the selfies because I'm tall. And my arms are really long. Yeah. So all my family photos, I want to be in the center, but I'm on the end. And you only see like this part. And my mom's like, oh no, it's got to be up higher. My sister's like, oh, it's got to be down low. So I'm just like, I don't care. And I just take like a bunch as I can.
See, I'm the person that's not allowed to touch phones because I'm taking a bunch of selfies and I'm ruining photos for other people.
You're in a great state because being a camera guy, I have to take the photo. Every family member is like, oh, but you know how to take pictures. Can you take a photo? Yeah, I'd love to. I'm eating something right now, but I'll do it for you.
I know. To me, it's like, where's my phone? Does Kevin have it? He better not have my phone because he's going to take a million selfies of himself.
I love that.
It's funny.
We were out, just like out to dinner, like getting drinks, and at the bar we're at was like a high school's like 40th reunion, or it's like the after party or something, but it was like a bunch of old people there for like from high school that they all went to high school together, and this group of older women come up to our table and they're like, hey, would somebody be able to take a picture of us just like in the group? And everybody that I'm out with like looks at me and I'm like, yeah, I'll take the picture. And like they hand me the phone, and my sister-in-law, like my sister-in-law at the time, just my girlfriend's sister, was just like, Kevin, I swear to God, if you don't take selfies, I'm gonna like fight you. And I was like, you think I'm taking somebody else's phone and I'm not taking a selfie?
That's the best part.
Yeah, so
especially
it's like
someone you don't know.
Oh my God, it was great. So it's like I take a couple of pictures of them and I'm like, hey, try like, give them a suggestion on like maybe like do a pose or something. And while they're like trying to work it out, it's like click, 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 click. And then like, all right, turn the camera back around to them, like take some more. And then just like, here you go. And I like walk away. And then like 5 minutes later, I can hear, he took a bunch of pictures of himself. You're welcome.
I found that to be the best way to meet a girl. Because like I would go up, I think when I was at work, I was at the King of Prussia Mall. And these people were like taking pictures. I was like, oh, here, do you want me to take it for you? I got a second. And you just go like, you go to take it and then you take a picture of yourself. And I was like, oh, do they look good? And they're like, they see the picture of yourself, and you're like, oh, I see what he did here.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the best way to, if you don't want to take photos for someone and they're asking you, if you have an iPhone, just hold it down. It does a burst shot. It'll probably do 100 photos.
Yeah.
So they have 100 photos to go through and see which one looks good.
But now, see, that was the trick. It was before, because you could take a million photos at once. Now they label it, they group them all together, and you can just delete all of it at once. Where when I found out that trick, they didn't have that. Like you had to go, if you wanted to delete them, you had to do it all individual. Like that was the good times.
It's very interesting. Damn it! Why did they have to do that? It's almost like if you send your friends the. We used to do this all the time.
The giant black dude with the huge dong on the bed.
Yeah.
No, but I still do that.
Oh, it's a great. It's a great
That's
joke.
not going out of style anytime soon.
No, God, no. I would love to. They made the light switch out of that, too.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Or Steve Carell with his finger in his pants like this.
Yeah.
From The Office. And they're like flip his wiener up and down.
That's a good light switch.
No, they, you could go online and be like, what's the longest sentence or like paragraph there is. And it's like, you send it to your friends and it's like this biography of like, something, and you just scroll and scroll and scroll. But now they changed it where you press like read more or read less.
Yeah.
So like in high school we do that to each other, and I swear to God, for like 10 minutes I was like this. Are you fucking kidding me? Just to get to like the other text to see what else was going on. Yeah, technology's evolved.
That's fun. They've taken all the fun ways of trolling people out. Like,
there's still a lot.
Yeah, there's still more.
In-person stuff. Like, all right, you want to see something? So, 3 of my friends went to... hold on, I can answer this text.
So, Stan, I got to, I'll do it on the podcast because,
Go ahead.
and it was off podcast, but I was making fun of you, and this is like 6-7 months ago, because we were going to do a podcast back then, and you canceled because you're like, oh, I got poison ivy. I'm all like fucked up.
It's a fact.
And I like fucking made fun of you.
We're going to go to a comedy show, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You bailed on the fucking Legion of Skank show. And I was like, man, you fucking pussy, like, can't believe it. So I got fucking, you can't, it's starting to clear up. But 2 weeks ago, I was playing disc golf, got poison ivy, which
I love disc golf.
I don't know what, hell yeah.
We'll get into disc golf talk.
I suck at it, but okay,
I don't,
go on.
So I don't know what it was. I always thought it's because I had eczema. I had never, this is the first time in my life I've ever gotten poison ivy. And this shit sucks. Like, I understand, like, if you get it bad, like, how you would want to cancel doing shit.
Yeah,
So.
it's like, it was just on my arms this time, but it's just, I have a leaky, pussy, orange goo that just won't stop. That it just,
I hate
it
a
just
leaky
won't
pussy.
stop. And so you try to cover it up, and that only makes it worse. So you just got to kind of let it dry out on its own. I have to go to the doctors and get the steroids and shit. But yeah, it's the fucking worst.
Yeah,
it's like 2 weeks of terribleness.
But for
2
like
weeks.
for like 30 years, I've been
For me, I'm like allergic. I guess
been like not allergic to it. Where
It's like
like
a month
going
for me.
camping and people are like, "Oh my god, poison ivy, it fucking sucks," and I'm like, "Oh, I was camping with you and I'm fine. I didn't get anything."
Some years will go by and I won't get it, but when you get it, you get it.
Yeah, and I got it 2
Sucks.
weeks ago. Yeah, and I'm,
So not such a puss, huh?
yeah. I mean, you're still a bitch, but I get it.
I'm just getting over some poison ivy that I got back in January,
Yeah.
Damn.
February,
If you get it that long, yeah, you got to
I went to
go
the
get some
doctor.
steroids.
and they were like, "Well, I'm too lazy to make an appointment for a dermatologist." She's like, "Oh, you should see a dermatologist." I'm like, "Nah, I'll be okay because I've had it before." Got the steroids. It started to go away. It was on my arms.
Did you take the full thing of the steroids, or did you stop after it started to clear up?
I have one left still in my
Yeah,
bag
see?
just in case it comes back.
Well, no, the steroids don't work that way. It's you hit it with the big dose, then you hit it with the second big dose, and then you start weaning yourself off, and then that's how steroids are supposed to work.
I didn't want my pee to get smaller, so I was like, I don't want to take.
Well,
these
I don't
anymore.
think it affects your dick. I think
But-
it affects your
I
balls.
think that's like prolonged use.
yeah. and that's
Steroids are
real
also
steroids.
like abolished in the AA world, so I was kind of like
Oh, really?
sketch taking them. Yeah.
I mean, I think
What is
I didn't like the way they
what's
made me
the
feel. So like
reasoning on that?
anything that get like, God, I'm gassy today. You're lucky it's not at the other end. You guys
Yeah,
would probably
true that.
leave. So anything that like gets you out of yourself, like what's the word? I forget. Like weed or like alcohol.
get you out of reality.
Like
Gets you out of reality,
changes
yeah.
your mind space.
Yeah, it changes your headspace. So steroids falls into that. It doesn't really do it that, but when I was taking them, I was at work and I was like, dude, I feel like I'm on like speed or something because I'm just like, go.
Oh, really?
And I like my intent was not to get high. Like if you're taking steroids because you want to get ripped, or you're taking like smoking like acid or something, or however you take acid. I don't know. I've never done it.
Yeah, I don't think you smoke it, but all right. It's on tabs.
I believe that you've never
Or
done it
liquid.
because you said
Yeah.
smoked the acid.
You boof it. That's why.
Yeah, of course.
I've heard a lot of war stories about boofing in rehab.
Really?
Yeah, people are like, yeah, dude, I used to boof heroin. It got me high way faster. I'm like, I didn't know what boofing was.
Way faster than through a needle in your arm?
I think it was like a longer high than anything because it soaks in your butthole. But these guys were like, yeah, dude, you take like a rock and you shove in your butt. And I was like, that's like actually a
It's
thing?
like a time release heroin.
Jeez.
I think it might have been like cocaine too.
That's why I could never be a drug addict, man.
That would suck though,
stuff.
because what if you're backed up and you're putting you're boofing it, and you're like, and then 2 minutes later you're shitting it out.
Like, what do you? You got diarrhea and you just blow it all out? Like
Yeah,
you
I guess that's
search-
what good
Are
way
you
to.
like
Wasted.
Are you searching through the toilet for that little rock?
Oh God, I want to show you guys this. So I love pranking my friends, and so 3 of my friends went to Germany for like 2 weeks, and part of the trip was they went they rented an RV and traveled all across Germany.
That's
and
cool.
It was super cool.
Yeah.
So my one friend got this alarm clock from Amazon and put it like underneath the RV or something inside one of like the luggage compartments and hid it. And he set it for like 3 a.m. and nobody could find it. Now this prank has gone on long
Now, that's
enough.
not a good prank.
That's a hilarious prank.
This same person took his iPhone when we were on a cruise back in like 2015 put on Smile Like You Mean It by The Killers. Mind you, we were all hungover or still super drunk. It was 3 a.m. This song went on for 3 hours. And it was hidden inside a compartment. Alex, I still hate you for this. It was hidden inside a compartment inside of a light like that hangs above your bed. We had no idea how to get it out. And 3 a.m. hits. They're all literally sitting on the other side in like chairs with like popcorn, and they start singing the song. And we're like, what? We're all like, me and 2 other guys are like freaking the fuck out. Our heads are spinning. We're on the bottom of the boat, and we're just like, this is just insane. Like, why? He eventually his phone got like, I think somebody tried to snap it in half the next morning when they found it.
Yeah.
But so when they were in Germany,
that's good. I've never done like a late night prank. I've done like on vacation with people, and it's like if I'm hungover, if I'm extremely hungover, I'm up at like 6 a.m. and there's no going back to sleep. It's just like I'm up. And so the one day I was like, yo, fuck this. Like, Kevin's up, everybody's up, and I was just like stomping and shouting through the house till I had to like fight somebody. I was like, well, you're up now too.
Not
so.
a cool prank. I don't like pranks.
I have till
I guess that was less of a prank and more of just being a dick.
Oh, all right.
I have till about like 6, so that's all right.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, dude.
My buddy's bugging me because we're going down the city, hanging out with some
right.
friends. So this is the alarm clock that I found when they brought it back. And since he pranked them, I was like, oh, I want to prank you now. So I set it for like 3:44 in the morning, just a weird time. And I taped it to the back of his desk. Like the drawer. So he couldn't find it. And it was like such a perfect spot. So my other buddy ended up telling him about it. He's like, oh, where's the alarm clock at? Because when I was about to leave that night.
Before it went off?
Yeah, because I kept saying out loud, I was like, yo, so I got to go home. I got to make sure I set my alarm. I got to be up in the morning. It was a fucking Sunday morning. What do I got to be up early for? And I kept like saying that, and he kind of like, he figured it out. And he's like, yo, where's the alarm clock? And then the other friend just, told him. I was like, fuck.
Well, that sounds like a cool trip. I wouldn't mind going to fucking Germany for like Oktoberfest or something.
Was it for Oktoberfest, or was it just like a...
No, they're car guys. I mean, we all are.
So was it go to hit the Autobahn?
Oh, every time they go there, they get on the Autobahn and go as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah. Well, as fast as machine possible.
Oh, sorry. Machine possible. Right? Wheels.
Well, you're a human that's like hitting the gas.
All right, let's finish your story. So this will be like we tell everybody, like this will be like a part 1 introduction of you, and then like when you come on later episodes.
I would love to be here all the time.
Yeah, like a guest and stuff. That'd be cool.
I have a lot to say and a lot to talk about in so many areas of my life.
Yeah, and we can go in and next time we'll get more specific about it. Let's just talk about AA, or let's just talk about video editing. Where we'll keep it like
we'll keep
it to a little bit of a topic.
Yeah.
I definitely always bring up AA in some sort of way, but I like to try to keep it to a minimum just because, like, I don't want to ruin anybody's anonymity or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but...
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously you don't want to
and I just don't want to keep blowing it up anyway.
You can use your experiences and...
Well, I mean,
talk
I think it's probably
kind of stuff.
pretty in the forefront of everybody's minds, considering, like, what is it, like, the most deaths ever from overdoses, like, this year?
It's a
like,
lot.
And last year.
It's pretty bad.
Like, I've got, like, a nephew and a little brother. They're both died from overdosing. Like,
really?
Yeah, it's like it's
Damn,
pretty
dude.
in the forefront
sorry.
of everybody's life.
Wait,
so
you have a brother, you said?
I have 3. Well, I had 3 brothers, so
They
like the
all
youngest
died
one.
from
No,
overdose?
just one of them.
I didn't mean to
youngest
sound like a
one.
joke.
No, just the youngest one.
Damn, dude.
Stance up next.
I feel like I turned this podcast from like a fuck you, fuck this to a everything's okay, guys.
No, I mean everything will be okay, right? I think.
I think so.
I mean, if you struggle with that, fucking call me. I know the hardest. Yeah, you're like, nah,
I'm good.
I don't
No,
know
I'm cool. I'm the guy that, like, when you were talking about people that don't cry, like, yeah, you're not supposed to cry. You're a man. Now I know you're not supposed to.
This is 2022, Stan.
I know,
right?
I know.
What's better
Crying
than,
is cool.
What's better than like a nice man cry, dude? Get to YouTube, watch a soldier coming home, dude. Like surprise his little sister.
Watch his little,
oh man,
watch the
I'm
dog
gonna cry
run
right
up
now.
to him.
Like coming home to the dog. I'll cry right now thinking too hard about it.
I love watching those videos. Or like, even like go away from your dog for like 2 weeks and you come home, she's like, the dog's like going fucking insane. I love that.
Yeah, fucking monster over here doesn't cry.
I mean, look,
Listen to a
I've
nice-
cried a few
Listen
times.
to an Adele album, really get the tears out.
Are you the kind of guy that when someone yawns near you, you just like
I definitely yawn. No, I yawn.
you're just like
I think about that every time I do that. Like, I was talking to my wife on the phone the other night, and she yawned through the phone, and I yawn. I'm like, that's fucking weird.
apparently you're crazy if you
Oh.
don't yawn.
Oh, all right.
Like,
Well, I guess
people
I'm not
say like
crazy.
you're like insane that like you just never yawned since that person yawned. I don't know. I heard it from somebody.
I don't know. I think that's made up.
Probably an insane person.
Well, now when I see someone yawn, I don't feel like yawning. I just go, oh yeah, I'm not crazy too, and just get it out.
I don't think that's how crazy works.
I don't know, man. I've heard some shit.
I guess. So you got to go in a little while. So let's
I'll speed
stick-
up. We'll leave on. Let me just briefly put in some
ahead.
more video. There's a lot of stuff to it, but that Trollville thing, I worked with a guy from The Wolf of Wall Street. His name's Henry Sabrowski. He was known as Sea Otter in that movie. So in the restaurant scene, they're sitting down. He is the chubby guy with the mustache and the blue jacket on, and yeah, he was like one of the main like posse guys, which was sweet. So I worked with him on this set as I was a production assistant. I'm basically the low end. Like when it comes to lunch,
Is the actual guy from the like story of Wolf of Wall Street, or the guy from the movie?
from the movie.
Okay, so not
Which is
like the
even
guy. Yeah, so not the guy the character is based on, like the actor.
The actual actor.
Okay.
Which is sweet. He's on a TV show on Comedy, or not Comedy Central. It's Adult Swim. It's I'll See Your Sorry Ass in Hell or something. He's like he's the main character.
Okay.
So yeah, I acted with him. I was a paramedic, and I was bummed because a few years later I found the footage and the scene I was in, and all you see is like this part of me. And they put makeup on me. They styled my hair. I was a paramedic in this as a scene. I was like, I had a few lines that I crushed, and I was so stoked that I crushed them. I'm like, dude, this is sick. But yeah, when I watched it later, you hear my voice in it, but you don't see my face. And I was like, I
Damn,
wasn't
took you
smiling, but I was like doing perfect. And the camera was like right on me too. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? You completely cut me out of this. So yeah, that was interesting.
Some acting work too.
Yeah, damn.
The guy, one of the producers was like, "Are you?" I was like, "It was like, hey, do you want to be in this scene? We need somebody as a paramedic." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, man." And then he's like, "Are you sure?" And the way he said it and looked at me, I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like I should probably
Maybe we
do this.
should do this.
Yeah, so I set up an IMDb account afterwards.
Nice.
I was like, "Dude, I'm famous now."
Got
This is
credits.
sick."
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I do have credits though. There's a movie that was shot in Philly. I worked with it was 2019. It was right before COVID. It was December. I remember it was like negative 20 degrees out that night because I was on set for 17 hours, but I was awake for 26. It's a long story. Left Exton, went to Philly. That's another story. But I worked with Jeremy Piven from Entourage and Cherry or Terry, who plays in SNL. And I was stoked when I found that was out. I was like, holy fuck, it's Ari, like from Entourage. I was like, oh my god, it's Ari. Like at the time I was watching Entourage like a shit ton. I never was in Entourage until like 2019. I watched it every single day. And I'm like, dude, oh my, like your mind just goes crazy. So I was a good friend of mine set me up with the opportunity to work on this set. I was a second AC, which is like a second camera assistant, and I was doing all like the clap stuff. Like I was right. So Jeremy's right here. Here's Jeremy's head, and then here's my hand and clapping. I was so nervous every time I would have to say the scene in front of the camera, in front of all these people, in front of two celebrities. I was like, scene 2, take 2, boom. And the guy on sound, so like basically the guy on sound has like headphones on like these, and he hears like everything like but louder, and he heard me clap it, and every time he would just jump. And the producer came up to me, or director was like, yo man, you need to stop clapping it too hard. So I talked to the guy. I was like, how should I do it? He's like, just all you need to do is a little light tap, because he can. We were inside the Airmark building in Philadelphia, and in this like private suite, had its own bowling alley. He was insane. Sort of like rich people. So he could hear planes from like a mile away outside, which was insane. So like that's how like quiet. Like I mean, from doing this recording at the beginning, you gotta capture room noise. That's another story. I have so many stories about like everything. So that was a really fun set to do. I was up all day. I thought the train left in Philadelphia at like 3 a.m. No, apparently it doesn't, because it says online they do, but that's false advertising, SEPTA. Get your shit together. I slept in like a homeless person in 30th Street Station for 2 or 3 hours with my bag sealed to me so nobody would steal anything, because I had my camera on me and my laptop.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this
target.
is like $4,000 about to get stolen. So essentially I was up for 26 hours when I finally got back. I mean, I kind of fell asleep, but I didn't because I was watching my shit.
Yeah, so you're not going to actually
Get stolen.
Restful sleep.
Dude, there was a fucking homeless guy behind me sleeping. I was like, yeah, this isn't cool.
Or was he pretending to sleep till you fell asleep to
Yeah,
rob?
dude, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
There's people sleeping in the 30th Street Station. I'm like, yeah, I've hit rock bottom, haven't I? This is great.
So you're just hanging out with Jerry Piven and then boom.
Yeah, so I got a picture with him. And,
Guy dickhead or no?
Kinda. I mean, I don't want to talk down on him. He's like a really good actor. He's not like
for
Matthew McConaughey or anything.
No,
like
but he's a
one of my
great
favorites.
actor. Like Ari from fucking Entourage is a classic character.
He made that show,
Yeah,
really.
for sure.
It was him.
He definitely had a lot of needs, because like apparently when I got the set, it was like 11. We finally got like rolling and everything by 11, and the director goes, all right, Jeremy be down by like 1 or 2. He was up all night drinking last night. I was like, oh,
That's cool.
I'm like, this is probably a college film, whatever, dude's an asshole, whatever. He's just a regular talent guy. So he finally came to set, and that's when I saw him, and I lost my mind. I'm like, dude, this is a real set.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what am I doing?
What am I doing here?
It finally opens up, because there's like, I realized we had all this like really expensive camera equipment, like high-end shit. And I was like, oh, wait, no, I'm working with $100,000 camera. We got this this dolly that you can like sit on. It has like a crane on it that lifts you up and down. You can move it side to side, front and back, in like so many directions. And that thing itself is like $500,000. And I'm like, wow, I'm actually on a real production. This is like insane. And yeah, the Jeremy Piven, that was.
No, yeah, we won't take anything. Like, I mean, obviously the guy's a great actor. I mean, and everybody can be a douchebag or an asshole, but it's just like you hear a bunch of stories about the guy, and it's like if everybody kind of has the same opinion.
So he had to like keep doing
sucks.
like push-ups between takes to keep himself like flowing, I guess. And he had to have cigar breaks every take. I was like, this is fucking annoying.
But I mean, I guess if you reach a certain level, you can kind of dictate how the room works.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
that's fair. I think I take people's stories about like, all right, so is he nice to like the people that are helping on the production? You know, what I mean? Is he putting time aside to like, take a picture with somebody if they want it? Like, even though it's kind of inappropriate and he's working, but is he nice to the people that are working around him, trying to make the whole thing come together? I guess is the point of that.
At the end of the day, he was doing his best to be as nice as he could.
All right, well that's good. So that's like a positive then.
Yeah, I mean, I respect him and I respect Cherry as well. Cherry was the nicest. She gave me a hug.
Yeah.
She was like,
Damn.
I was like, Cherry, it was so nice to meet you. I'm like, I love SNL. I watch it all the time. And she's like, oh, you're so kind, so sweet.
Nobody watches that shit.
Oh, back then,
Dude,
when
back then, when Chris Farley and all
when
that.
Terry was on it, everybody watched. It was funny.
She gave me a hug. I didn't want to wash my body after that.
Yeah, you were all bricked up, huh?
Oh, dude, I don't want to go any more from there. My mom might be watching this.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's. Are you working before we get out of here? You have any projects you're working on right now? Or
I'm not. I was doing something for a detail company. A friend of mine, he knows this guy that has like a couple $1 million worth of cars, and I shot one of the cars. It was one of the cars that Paul Walker was killed in. It's a Porsche Carrera GT. It's insane.
I guess, do you talk with our buddy Dave, Porsche Dave, at work?
No, I haven't met him yet. I don't think I have. And
Okay.
I've seen his car, and I'm like, dude, like, how do I not know you already?
Dave.
We'll talk.
All right.
I'm
Yeah, we'll
not
talk
sure
about
who
it
you're
after.
talking about.
All right, anyway, sorry.
So I was working on that, and then I like sent my buddy the footage, who still hasn't paid me for it.
Oh.
But I don't honestly, like, I'm not trying to talk him down. He's got a lot going on, and I'm sure we'll figure something out later. But yeah. So that was what I was working on. I still have the footage. I don't want to delete it. I didn't really like the footage that much, just because like I ordered a camera. I can't talk.
Specifically for that.
Specifically for that, and I did not have the right battery for it. I did not have the right camera lens for it, because Nikon's weird. They have like a Z mount and like an M mount or something, and the lens didn't fit. The camera itself, it was like a super full frame like lens mount, and I have regular full frames, and I was like, what the fuck? Why isn't this working? So I'm like, well, that's great. This is out the window. This is a 4K camera. Now I have to run home back to Malvern from like Westchester and get my camera, which is not even charged, and make sure and try to make the footage look good, because it's like my camera is more for photography. The footage is like 1080p, so it's kind of like what we're viewing here. I don't know, is that 4K?
Nah.
So it's just regular 1080p.
Yeah.
But like you can.
I don't think it's 1080. I think it records in 720.
That's the other thing.
I was looking at the webcam.
Oh, all right. I don't know.
I was looking at something else.
That's the other thing about Premiere Pro is I know a way to upscale the footage from 1080p to 2K.
Okay.
It compresses it a lot, but this kid was in high school. He wanted me to do something for him. I just did it because I was like, yeah, why not? I made the footage. Let's go from 1080p to 2K, and I was like, wow, that looks fucking great.
Yeah.
I did that.
Very cool.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things you can do with Premiere, but anyway, that project still sitting there. I'm not really working on anything. I have some photos I shot. My sister's a rower. I did some photos for her college rowing team, which I still haven't edited yet. I just haven't found the time to just sit down and relax and be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to the beach with that. I rented this massive lens, and I went down the beach to get pictures of surfers, and I got this kid to get back in the water. Bobby, I met you there one day, and I still haven't done the photos yet, and I'm working on it, but hopefully you get them soon. But I had this one shot that was between like the pipes that stick out the Jersey Shore, and there's like the poles that stick out, and he airs the wave like perfectly, and all you see is like, I got the shot perfectly timed, like he's between it in the air and between the poles, and the symmetry just lined up perfectly. And I still need to edit it. I just like, I don't know, man. I'm weird when it comes to editing. That's why like,
you gotta let it hit you. I feel like
I get some anxiety behind it too.
Are you like when you're taking these pictures, are you putting them up on like Instagram or social media or anything?
So a lot of my stuff, that's why. So I've made my Instagram WhoisGorski as well.
Okay.
And my Snapchat is also WhoisGorski. So ladies, hit me
right.
up.
Well, I think it's good. Hit them with the socials, and then we'll say leave them wanting more, because I'm gonna want you back just to see what else we can learn from you. Yeah. So yeah, drop some socials and any parting words before so that way you can get out to your
event,
your thing on time.
Yeah. So follow me on Instagram. You can add Snapchat, or I don't care. I'm more on Instagram and YouTube, which is WhoisGorski. It's my my thing, and I made it that way so people know how to get to them. That way, like, oh, what's your Instagram? I'm like, oh, it's the same thing as my YouTube. Yeah. Oh, that's easy enough. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just try to like tie things together, and I had to like look up to see if those names were taken or not. But I'm like the only Gorski people know. That's probably a lie, because there's actually I found few more since I started working where we work.
Oh, you're the only WhoisGorski that we know.
I know. Who is he? I don't know.
Cool dude. A cool dude.
I was hoping to be like Marshmallow, you know, where he wears the helmet.
Oh, yeah. We might have a guest or two doing that.
Yeah?
Well, Mr. Shabazz. Your
man.
buddy,
we just
Jesse Miller.
Yeah.
Or we could just blur his face out. I know how to do that.
Yeah, all right. That'd be cool.
Sure.
We could do that.
And there's certain ways where you can
that would be
his
fun.
voice.
Like, if
change
you
the
like
voice.
have him like with just a blurred face, talk about like, oh, it's blurred because he's got like a dick nose or like tits on his head or something. Like, that would be fun.
Balls hanging from his chin.
Yeah,
Ball chinian.
We can't. Yeah, I'm ball chinian. There you go. MIB2 reference. I know.
All right. Well, this has been a good episode. Nice, short, sweet one. But a lot of information in it, and you're a pretty cool dude.
I'll try.
And I think that we can link up a lot of people. Like, that's the whole kind of point of this, is like when you're mentioning like surfing. Like, well, we know a guy that lives down in Jersey, like surfs. Joe, he's like an airline pilot. So maybe you can link it with him and fucking take some pictures of him.
Does he live in LBI?
I don't know where he lives, but he's like a little surfer dude. He's pretty cool.
He's a pilot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Porsche Dave, he's out there. His son-in-law, I think, is a huge photographer, and they're just constantly always taking pictures of like cool Porsches and stuff.
Dude, I need to link
car
over this
guys.
guy.
So we'll get to all that, and then this has been another episode of the Express Lane with
Kevin Stan.
and our friend Dan
Dan.
Gorski.
Yeah, who is Gorski?
That like rhymed perfectly. Kevin Stan and Dan.
Yeah, nice.
All right, peace.
See ya.